Hello and a very good morning. You're watching the Breakfast News on Rajya Sabha television with me, Frank Pereira. Here are this morning's headlines. 79-year-old Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister Mufti Mohammad Sayeed put on ventilator support at AIIMS in Delhi. Doctors say condition needs close monitoring by experts. National Investigation Agency team starts investigation into conspiracy angle in Pathankot Air Base attack incident. Team questions Gurdaspur SP Salwinder Singh. Combing operations continue for the fifth day. Government advances date for implementation of Euro 6 compliant fuels by 4 years to 2020. Decision will entail an investment of 300 billion rupees. The world grapples with ripple effects of North Korea's reported hydrogen bomb test. Oil prices sink to their lowest level in more than a decade. And a day after the bomb test, United Nations Security Council pledges to pursue new sanctions against North Korea. Well, Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister Mufti Mohammad Sayeed was put on ventilator support a day after his health deteriorated. The 79-year-old Chief Minister was flown in to Delhi's AIIMS on December 24th after he complained of fever and uneasiness. Sayeed was further detected with sepsis, decreased blood count and pneumonia. The hospital statement said his condition needs to be closely monitored by experts. Mufti's health condition sparked speculation that there could be a possible change of guard with his daughter and former Chief Minister Mehbooba Mufti taking charge as the Chief Minister. The decision could come soon as the Assembly session starts on the 18th of January. Moving on now, the army has dismissed criticism over deploying the National Security Guard predominantly in the counter-terror operation at the Pathankot Air Base. It said it was fully involved in what it called a joint decision to let the NSG handle the crisis. There was also a scare outside the airbase yesterday when a man was detained with a bag. He was taken away for questioning even as combing operations and an NIA investigation continued at the site. Here's more.
A team of the National Investigation Agency on Wednesday questioned Gurdaspur SP Salwinder Singh. Looking into discrepancies in his statement, they recreated the scene of his abduction. At the heavily fortified airbase in Pathankot, combing operations entered the fifth day.
Combing operations and sanitization operations are still underway, and these operations tend to take time because there is unexploded ammunition and munitions lying over there. They all have to be destroyed in situ, and these are risky operations.
The NIA is looking into SP Salwinder Singh's claims that he was returning from a temple at 11 p.m. when terrorists kidnapped him. On Wednesday, he was taken to the places he visited before he and a jeweler friend Rajesh Kumar Verma and cook Madan Gopal were allegedly abducted. Singh is facing of alleged breach of discipline. He was transferred recently as Assistant Commandant of 75th Battalion of Punjab Armed Police. Singh claimed the militant snatched his phone and made calls to Pakistan. Phone records indicate that the intruders used his phone inside the airbase by mid-afternoon on 1st of January. On Monday, the United Jihad Council, an alliance of pro-Pakistan militant groups, claimed responsibility for the assault. It claimed that no sensitive installation of India was out of its reach. The well-planned assault took place just 25 kilometers from the border. It has put pressure on the attempt to normalize the talks process between India and Pakistan. The process was only last month provided a fresh impetus by Prime Minister Narendra Modi with a visit to Lahore. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Well, the Union Government has given its nod for the closure of HMT Watches Limited, HMT Chinnar Watches Limited and HMT Bearings Limited and give attractive VSS packages to its employees. The Union Cabinet also gave its approval to the Stand Up India scheme, which aims at promoting entrepreneurship among SC/ST and women entrepreneurs. Here's a report.
The Union Cabinet has given its approval for offering attractive VRS and VSS packages at 2007 pay scales to mitigate the hardships being faced by the employees of HMT Watches Limited, HMT Chinnar Watches Limited and HMT Bearings Limited. This after it was decided to close down operations. The movable and immovable assets of the companies will be disposed of as per the government policy. The cabinet also gave its approval to an MOU between Airports Authority of India and Singapore Cooperative Enterprise in civil aviation sector. Agreement between India and Bahrain on cooperation in combating international terrorism and organized crime. Four-laning of the Nagina-Kashipur section of National Highway 74 and creation of a credit guarantee fund for micro-units development refinance agency Mudra loans.
Two different proposals to the cabinet today, both with regard to the establishment of a credit guarantee fund. First credit guarantee fund is being established for the Mudra loans. Second is again a credit guarantee fund which has been set up to support the Stand Up India campaign.
The cabinet also approved the Stand Up India scheme to promote entrepreneurship among SC, ST and women entrepreneurs. The scheme is intended to facilitate at least 2 such projects per bank branch, on an average 1 for each category of entrepreneur. It is expected to benefit at least 2.5 lakh borrowers. Vishal Dahiya, Rajya Sabha TV, Delhi.
Well, the Union Cabinet also approved the creation of a credit guarantee fund for micro units development refinance agency or Mudra loans. The fund is expected to guarantee more than 100,000 crore rupees worth of loans to micro and small units. Mudra is set up to guarantee loans given under Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana to reduce the credit risk to banks, non-banking finance companies and other lending institutions. The Cabinet also approved conversion of Mudra Limited, currently a non-banking finance company, into a bank called Mudra Sidbi Bank, a wholly owned subsidiary of Sidbi. Finance Minister Arun Jaitley said the Mudra scheme has 1.73 crore beneficiaries. It's time for a short break now, but news and updates will continue on the other side. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Who should be in power is left to be determined by the people.
I want all minorities to have an honorable place in the Union of India.
Declaration was that zamindari would be abolished, for which fair compensation would be paid.
There is no dispute whatsoever that the executive should be separated from the judiciary.
The protagonists of Hindi, in their enthusiasm, have gone too far.
Greatest danger in the future may not be that the center will interfere too much, but that the units may resent the guidance of the center.
The future constitution of India would be a pyramidal structure based on the village panchayats.
I move that the constitution be passed.
From cowries to metal pieces, Indian currency has seen many changes. The earliest punch-marked coins came from Gandhar. The East India Company at the turn of the 19th century also minted its own coins. The Indo-Greek coins come from a colony left behind by Alexander. They depict the golden rule of the Guptas, with embossed human portraits and matrimonial alliances like Chandragupta Maurya's wedding with Seleucus I Nicator's daughter.
Welcome back. You're watching Rajya Sabha Television. Well, today is the second day of the 7th National Conference on Women in Police at the Central Reserve Police Force Academy. Yesterday, Home Minister Rajnath Singh announced that women will soon account for 33% of the constable rank personnel in central paramilitary forces. Here's more.
Home Minister Rajnath Singh on Wednesday assured adequate representation for women in the police force. Earlier this week, the government approved 33% posts at the constable level will be filled up by women. The recruitment will start immediately.
मैं आपको विश्वास दिलाना चाहता हूं कि पर्याप्त प्रतिनिधित्व, मैं आरक्षण नहीं कहना चाहता हूं, पर्याप्त प्रतिनिधित्व महिलाओं का पुलिस फोर्स में होगा इस सरकार के रहते हुए। निश्चित रूप से होगा। अभी तक हमारा टारगेट 33% तक का है। 33% इसको ले जाना चाहिए। अभी आपने देखा कि सब मिला जुलाकर सारे फोर्सेस में जो रिप्रेजेंटेशन महिलाओं का है वह अप्रॉक्सिमेटली 6.1% और 6.2% है।
Women will account for 33% of constable rank personnel in CRPF and the CISF, 14 to 15% in forces like BSF, SSB and ITBP. Singh further added that participation of women should not only increase in police but also in other sectors. A report by the Commonwealth Human Rights Initiative in August 2015 says women make up only 6.11% of India's 2.3 million police. Besides this, they are concentrated in the lower ranks of the police while being made to work on specific women and child crimes where they record statements and register complaints but gain little experience, reducing their chances of promotion. The report also showed that while more than 80% of policewomen are constables, only 0.02% hold top ranks, Director General and Additional Director General. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Moving on now, Home Minister Rajnath Singh approved a grant of 1,000 crore rupees for 35 Naxal-affected districts spread across 7 states in the country. The grant will be provided to carry development work and increasing facilities to fight the Maoists. The affected areas include 16 districts in Jharkhand, 8 in Chhattisgarh, 6 in Bihar, 2 in Odisha and 1 each in Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. The Home Ministry allocated fund at 28.57 crore rupees per district. Well, the Chhattisgarh Pradesh Congress has expelled former Chief Minister Ajit Jogi's son Amit Jogi for 6 years from the primary membership of the party. An audio recording revealed that Amit Jogi was purportedly involved in fixing an assembly by-election held in 2014 in Chhattisgarh. The telephone conversations in the tape allegedly between Chief Minister Raman Singh's son-in-law Puneet Gupta, Ajit Jogi, Feroz Siddiqui and Amin Memon revolved around the rigging of the Antagad Assembly seat by poll in 2014, which facilitated the BJP's victory. The Chhattisgarh Pradesh Congress Committee has requested AICC to suspend Ajit Jogi as well.
प्राकृतिक न्याय का उल्लंघन हुआ है। बिना आरोपों की जांच किए, उनकी पुष्टि किए, उनको प्रमाणित किए ही मुझको निष्कासित करने का निर्णय अविवेकपूर्ण है, अन्यायपूर्ण है और पक्षपातपूर्ण है। मैं इस प्रकार के सामंतवादी निर्णय से डरने वाला नहीं हूं।
Chhattisgarh tapes evidenced that a candidate of the Congress party was made to withdraw his candidature by offering him allurement of money at the instance of Chief Minister of Chhattisgarh, Dr. Raman Singh. Congress party has taken action against one of its members. Modi ji used to say, "मैं ना खाऊंगा ना खाने दूंगा," and will have zero tolerance for corruption. Will he now show the courage of his conviction by taking resignation of Dr. Raman Singh?
भारतीय जनता पार्टी का इससे कोई लेना देना नहीं है। ये शुद्ध रूप से कांग्रेस का आंतरिक मामला था। कांग्रेस किसको निकाले, किसको बाहर करे, किसको अंदर करे, ये कांग्रेस का ही निर्णय है।
Moving on now, 7 months after his appointment, TV actor and BJP member Gajendra Chauhan is expected to take charge as FTII chairman today. The first meeting of the Film and Television of India Society, headed by Chauhan, is slated to be held today at the FTII campus in Pune. FTII students have planned a peaceful protest against Chauhan when he assumes charge. Chauhan's appointment was followed by a series of protests with students going on an indefinite strike on the 12th of June last year. They withdrew the strike in October after 139 days. Chauhan was appointed as FTII chairman in June last year. Meanwhile, nearly a week since the odd-even formula has been in place, the Delhi High Court has questioned the ambitious pollution control plan. It has now asked the Delhi government to evaluate its impact so far and give a reply by January 8th. Here's more.
The Delhi High Court has sought an explanation from the state government on why the oddeven formula should continue for more than a week. The court said this while hearing petitions filed by individuals on inconvenience caused to them during the oddeven formula.
दिल्ली सरकार ने 15 दिन के लिए पूरी कार्ययोजना बनाई है और एक प्रभावी एनालिसिस के लिए सारे तथ्यों पर, क्योंकि वेदर का भी मूड अलग अलग चेंज हो रहा है, तो एक सही एनालिसिस के लिए 15 दिन की एक हमें सैंपल चाहिए।
स्कीम में वुमेन ड्राइवर्स को और टू व्हीलर्स को एग्जेम्पशन दी गई है। वो जो ऑब्जेक्टिव है स्कीम का, पोल्यूशन लेवल कम किए जाएं, उसको अचीव नहीं करने में सहयोग नहीं दे रही हैं, बल्कि डिफीट कर रही हैं।
गवर्नमेंट को ये शो करना है कि वेदर पोल्यूशन लेवल वाकई ही डाउन हुआ है कि नहीं हुआ है। तो 8 तारीख के बाद कोर्ट इंटरिम रिलीफ के ऊपर विचार करेगी कि अगर स्टैटिक्स ऐसे शो करते हैं कि सब्सटेंशियल पोल्यूशन लेवल का फर्क पड़ा है तो बात अलग है, अगर नहीं पड़ा तो कोर्ट फिर उस पर विचार कर सकती है कि इसको फर्दर कंटिन्यू किया जाना चाहिए कि नहीं किया जाना चाहिए।
A bench of Chief Justice G. Rohini and Justice Jayant Nath observed that Delhi does not have sufficient public transport to ferry its people, which was causing inconvenience to a large section of society. The court has also asked the government to submit reports on the number of cabs running on diesel and CNG in the capital region and the level of pollution they emit.
इस oddeven अभियान के दौरान मेट्रो की फ्रीक्वेंसी हमने काफ़ी बढ़ाई है। दिल्ली के अंदर जो बसें हैं उनकी क्षमता काफ़ी बढ़ाई है और वो सुविधा दिल्ली वालों को दे रहे हैं। लोग कारपूल कर रहे हैं अपने बच्चों की ज़िंदगी को बचाने के लिए और पूरी दिल्ली एकजुट होकर के इस पूरे अभियान में सहयोग कर रही है।
Now the court has asked the government to file an account by January 8th on the impact of the rule on pollution levels. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
And in an effort to curb pollution, the centre has advanced the date for countrywide implementation of Euro 6 compliant fuels by 4 years to April 1st, 2020. The decision will involve an investment of 300 billion rupees. Stating this on Wednesday, Road Transport Minister Nitin Gadkari said that the crucial decision was jointly taken by the Ministries of Oil, Heavy Industries and Environment.
हमने ये तय किया कि अब BS4 से एकदम हम BS6 पे जाएंगे और आपको पता होगा कि इसके लिए हमने पहले जो निर्णय किया था वो 2021 तक ये BS6 को हम लागू करेंगे, ऐसा हमने निर्णय किया था। पर आज हमने ये निर्णय किया है कि अब BS6 फ्यूल अक्रॉस द कंट्री ये 1/4/2020 तक हम लागू करेंगे।
Let's now take a look at the news and events lined up for today in the segment The Day Ahead. The Delhi High Court will hear the call drop case today. The case was filed by the telecom operators against Telecom Regulatory Authority of India when the regulator mandated the telcos to compensate the consumers with 1 rupee per call up to 3 dropped calls per day starting from January 2016, which was unanimously opposed by the telcos. Continuing with the pre-budget consultations, Finance Minister Arun Jaitley will hold meetings with representatives of IT hardware and software manufacturers today at North Block. Other Finance Ministry officials, including Minister of State for Finance Jayant Sinha, are also expected to take part in the meeting. Commerce and Industry Minister Nirmala Sitharaman will today chair a meeting on issues related to the manufacturing sector and improving ease of doing business with representatives of industry bodies including CII and FICCI. Time for another breather here on the program, but we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Tradition dating back centuries. A cultural heritage that inspires and warms. Magic that awes. Rajya Sabha Television brings you events that embrace the wonders of India's classical arts. Conversations with the biggest names in the culture and music. Rajya Sabha Television, democracy at work. Gyan Chopper is the ancient version of Indian snakes and ladders. This intriguing game was popular among the old, the young, and the rulers as well. The chopper has its origin in the Jain philosophy. It tells the story of virtue. Each square, in turn, also narrates a message of wisdom.
Welcome back. You're watching Rajya Sabha television. Well, world oil prices sank to the lowest level in more than a decade yesterday over concerns on world economic outlook. This followed markets turning nervous over North Korea's disputed claim of having tested a hydrogen bomb. Prices were driven below $34 a barrel as energy markets coped with a regular economic outlook in China. Oil prices also came under pressure as the World Bank predicted China's troubles will spill over to emerging markets, which will face the decline in commodity prices. In addition to the economic concerns and geopolitical issues, the market remains overwhelmed with a global glut of oil. The United Nations Security Council will begin work immediately on new measures against North Korea. The new steps will include a ban on trade and financing activities that aid its weapons program. This comes a day after Pyongyang said it tested a hydrogen bomb in what has been its fourth nuclear test since 2006. Here's a detailed report.
The members of the Security Council held urgent consultations to address the serious situation arising from the nuclear test conducted by the DPKR on January 6, 2016. The members of the Security Council strongly condemned this test.
A day after North Korea claimed to have tested a hydrogen bomb, the United Nations Security Council pledged to pursue new sanctions against it. The Council held an emergency session on Wednesday called by the US, Japan and South Korea.
This test once again violates numerous Security Council resolutions. This act is profoundly destabilizing for regional security and seriously undermines international non-proliferation efforts.
The action comes amid widespread condemnation over the test, despite governments and scientists expressing skepticism over Pyongyang's claims. The seismic shock from the test was detected, but experts say it will take some time to confirm if it was indeed a hydrogen bomb.
That it was a nuclear test. We're still working our way through the metrics here, so I'm really not at liberty to offer more definitive analysis than that. But we nothing we've seen so far backs up the claim that this was a hydrogen bomb.
North Korea on Wednesday bragged about what it called the spectacular success of its first ever hydrogen bomb test, with leader Kim Jong-un saying that it will make the world look up to his strong nuclear country. India expressed deep concern and stressed on North Korea's links with Pakistan, with reports suggesting that Pakistan provided much of the machinery to make the bomb.
Whatever this event was, whether it was a hydrogen bomb or something less than that, it all works towards their goal of making smaller, more efficient weapons that they can then put on top of missiles.
This is going to create further anxieties in the minds of particularly the neighbors, and also India should be particularly concerned. India's concerns have primarily when India has talked about China's proliferation of capabilities or Pakistan's proliferation of capabilities. We have never highlighted the North Korean factor.
North Korea conducted nuclear tests in 2006, 2009 and 2013. With the new test and UN Security Council responding with more sanctions, North Korea's international isolation is expected to further deepen. Pyongyang is thought to have developed several crude nuclear weapons. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Here's a roundup of the other international news in our World Wrap. Emergency has been declared in a Los Angeles suburb over the leaking of methane gas from an underground storage field. More than 2,000 families have been moved from their homes. The leakage, which began in October, stems from an underground storage field in Porto Ranch on the outskirts of Los Angeles. The residents complained of health effects like headaches, nausea, vomiting and trouble breathing. Qatar has become the latest country to back Saudi Arabia in its diplomatic row with Iran. On Wednesday, it recalled its ambassador to Tehran. The row followed Sunni-ruled Saudi Arabia's execution of a top Shia cleric. Protesters in Tehran responded by attacking the Saudi embassy. Bangladesh's top court on Wednesday upheld the death sentence on Motiur Rahman Nizami, the leader of the largest Islamist party, for crimes during the country's 1971 independence struggle. The ruling has paved the way for his execution within months. The country's Supreme Court dismissed Nizami, head of the Jamaat-e-Islami party, who was convicted of murder, rape and orchestrating the killing of top intellectuals when he was a militia leader during the conflict. The International Committee of the Red Cross has warned that the situation in 3 besieged villages in Syria was extremely dire. Activists say civilians have died because of lack of food and medicine in rebel-controlled Madaya or died trying to escape. People are also reported to be eating grass to survive in the government-held Foa and Kefraya in the northwest. Let's shift focus now and bring you up to date with some overnight sports news in our sports beat. Indian shooter Apurvi Chandela broke the world record, winning gold in the women's 10-meter air rifle event at the Swedish Cup Grand Prix. Chandela shot 211.2 in the event to surpass the feat of Chinese Olympic gold medalist Yi Siling, who held the record with 211 at Munich in 2010. Swiss player and defending champion Stanislas Wawrinka advanced to the quarterfinals of the Chennai Open by beating Russian teenager Andrei Rublev 6-3, 6-2. World number 4 Wawrinka hardly broke a sweat to prevail in a straight sets victory over his less fancied opponent. He will next face 5th-seeded Guillermo Garcia Lopez of Spain, who beat Ante Pavic of Croatia 7-6, 6-1 in the quarters. South African skipper Hashim Amla has surprisingly quit from the post of the team's captain in the middle of the 4-test series against England. AB de Villiers will lead the team in the remaining 2 tests of the series. The acting head of the governing body for soccer in North and Central America and the Caribbean and a FIFA Vice President Alfredo Howitt has agreed to be extradited to the United States to face criminal charges in the corruption case in FIFA. Howitt was arrested in Zurich in December last year and was among 16 people charged with bribery schemes for marketing and broadcast rights. Well, that's it on this edition of the Breakfast News. Have a good day.